Hello, greetings. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to Ear New Voices Amplify, the place where you get to meet all the amazing new voices from Zimbabwe. But today we're not speaking to a new voice, we're speaking to an artist who's been there for a while, he's been making great music, a couple of hits to his name, and now he's got a new project. We'll be talking more about him later on. But uh, to start off with, condolences to the Maona family as well as Amoli family instead, as well as the Jinimbi Kadungure family on the passing on of the two. It's really been a sad past week, but we pray that we'll find strength as a nation and be able to continue moving on. So for today, we're talking to HUBY BLAKES, an artist born and raised in Mavuku, Tafara. But right now his music is starting to make waves that are expanding beyond that horizon. Blakes, welcome to your.
Yo, what's good, my guy?
No, I'm good. I'm good. How's it?
Both are good, my guy. So I want to correct you on, certain things. First
Yes.
of all, it's not happy. It's UB Blacks.
Oh, it's Ruby Blakes.
Yeah, it's UB Blacks. Then I wasn't born in Mavuku. I was born in Inyanga, but I was raised in Mavuku.
Your book. Ah, okay, cool. Quite
Yeah.
interesting there. Wow.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot more stuff to actually learn and discover. Born in Nyanga, but raised in Mavuku. Quite an interesting. So who was?
Yeah, zvakada kusangana because I'm from Katerere side. Katerere is border Mozambique, border Mutoko, but kuri kwenyanga.
Oh, interesting.
So it's actually, and this is wasu because our language mix.
So what language do you speak there? Like, do they speak Shona, like normal Shona, or?
Yeah, I speak normal Shona. I mean, do you know the Chikaranga?
Karanga. But I mean like in Katerera, like what sort of language do people speak?
Kunotarwa inonzi Wesa.
Oh, interesting.
If you know that language. Chinonzi Chiwesa.
It's like a mix of Shona
and it's a mixture of pane chitoko ipapo.
Okay.
Zvangosangana.
Wow. And do we get such in your music?
The thing is, andina kunyanyo kugara zvakanyanya. I was only born there because Doku actually. Okay. That's where my father was born and raised, and he has a farm that side. So it just happened kuti when my mom was pregnant, vaigara kufarm ikoko, then I ended up being born that side. But takangokurirawo kuHarare.
Toners, boys retoners.
Yeah.
Wow, quite interesting. But I mean, growing up in Mavuku Tafara, did you ever imagine yourself becoming a music star?
Growing up, inini ndaingo my dream was kungobudawo paTV and ndaingozvifarira, I don't know. But I didn't know kuti ndichabuda ndichita nezve, you get the point. Yes. I only, ndaingori feeling kuti one day I'm gonna be this guy I'm seeing on the television. But I actually didn't know kuti what am I going to be doing on television. But I always had a love for music. Ndirimunaifarira music zvisingaite to an extent where I ended up saying, but unozachi ndoona kungonyorawo yangu music ndikaimba.
Interesting.
Then I started writing my own music, at a very early age. I think I was in primary school. Takafonyerwa ne-hip hop yekuAmerica, listening to a lot of 50 Cent, Lil Wayne.
Yes.
The Game one. Saka listening to their raps and their music, zvakangoti inspire. You know what? I mean, I can do this as well. So zvinotanga by kutedzera my raps out, writing them down. Then when you go out with your friends, then you spit. Ended up now wakutangawo kuchinyoro ako wega manje. So that's how it all started.
And when I think of Mavuku Tafara, at one time it was regarded as the Hollywood of Zimbabwe. And
it is the Hollywood of Zimbabwe.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to ask if it's still the same. Like, do we have more stars coming from Mavuko? Because I remember there was a time when there was Anna Mekia and so many artists, Anna Bensbank, like, was also a headmaster, but he was an artist. And, there was a drama group called Yamaguchi, which was one of the most popular at one time, going different schools and communities performing. And Peter Campira, and so many names. But right now, you are there. Who else is in Mavuko? Tali B, you.
Yeah, there's me, Tali B, and Anzani ko Boss Pumako. Unomziya?
Boss Pumako, yeah, man.
Inini hangu ndowanzongobatanidza Mabvuku neTafara sechinhu one because
Yes.
it's just the same hood. There's also Gary Tight, and you know him.
Yes.
Ngoni Kambarami, Tiripo.
and do you guys ever work together? Like, is there a community in Mavuko? Before we move to your music, like, how is the scene there? Do people collaborate, work together, share experiences, help each other?
Yeah, the thing is, when we were all like in the hood, we used to have places where we would meet and work on arts, as a group, as because tatinetuma small studios twedu totaisangana, making music and stuff. But zvinozoti chinjei when we started to look for greener pastures, unozona vamwe vakushandawo necertain team kuti uya kushandana nanhingi mumwe akushandawo nanhingi. So ndo panozocreateka like a gap yekuti maybe amusisina that enough time yekuti would sit down and make music together. But mune maungoziva now in the industry kuti ningi. There's a time we actually say kuti like on this album I did a song with this other guy Nonzi Malax. If you listen to the song Nonzi Mudura Rip album, I did it with Malax. He's also from the same hood as I am.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
In 2012, you dropped your first single and video, Say. But then you went for 4 years without dropping anything. Why did you go quiet for such a long time?
2012, that was when I released the first single. Next year, I released the video. And the year after that. So it wasn't like a solid project like an album, but angangorima singles, with
so it was
visuals.
And then EP.
Then after that, in 2016, that's when I released my EP. EP ndo rinana masongs amakanyanyoziyana namairadzikondo anana wakandisiya wani, stuff like that. Kroja Chete was a single. He wasn't on on that EP.
Right.
Yeah. So 2016, that's when I released that EP. Then I spent the whole of 2017 pushing that EP. I think my songs akawanda zoputika in 2017, but ndanda release like end of 2016 around November. That's when I released the EP. Then ananamaira Tikondo and some of the songs on that EP akazitanga utorirawo 2017, 2018. Then around 2018, that's when I released the single Kroja Chete, working on some other projects behind. Then end of 2018, that's when I started to work on an album project.
Yes.
So me like the whole 2019 year working on that project until ndazosvika pakuti I think now it's done.
And this is the project that you're about to drop now.
Rakadropa Monday.
Oh, it's already Monday. Yes.
Yeah, Rakadropa Monday. Yes. So it's already out there.
Great. I'll get more into that. I mean, for me, I've had an exclusive. It dropped a couple of days before.
That's why wakurasika.
So I'm trying to connect, what I have and then what the general audience have. For my exclusive.
Obvious. Give me one watch.
But you got
Yeah.
nominated for a Zima in 2018, Best Alternative. How did that make you feel?
It actually made me feel, recognized and appreciated, on a Zimbabwean musical level, because that was my first time, being recognized on such a platform. And I was honored. So actually, people are paying attention, because that's when I released a single from the album, the Shekeda. I did it with Juntao.
Yes.
And it was nominated. It got me nominated in 2 categories for the 2019 Zimas. It was nominated for the best dance song, and I was for artist. Yeah.
Wow, this is great. It's quite interesting. I mean, like, you're one artist that I would say you've not been stuck in a box. When I listen to your music, it cuts across. There's a bit of R&B. You find a bit of there's a lot of Afrobeat, and so you find so many melodies that are in your music. How do you best define the kind of music that you make? Are you an Afro-pop artist? Are you a Zim dance artist?
I'm an Afrobeat artist. That's me. I do Afrobeat. Anything that has to do with an Afrobeat feel, yes, I'm on it. Whether Afro jazz or yamunuti Afro pop, anything, or even on a sungura type of a song, or a rumba flavor. Anything that has to do with an Afro sound, I'm on it.
Wow.
So I'm an Afrobeat artist.
Afrobeat artist.
Yeah, I think I confuse a lot of people, because that's why I want to nominate for best alternative, because they don't actually understand what type of music do I make. But the thing that makes me flexible is I'm a rapper. You get? So as rappers, we like to play with sound. It's same formula, like is Nana Jay-Z. If you are a hip hop, I'm sure you're a hip hop fan.
Yes.
Anana Jay-Z, similar like in the country music or rock, or even a soul or blues. It's the same with like what I'm doing right here, but the only difference is I'm sampling like Afrofusion sound. I'm not sampling, the Western, type of sound on my music. Yeah.
Oh, great. Let's talk about Homeboy. Why the title Homeboy?
The title Homeboy, I think it actually, I'm saying, Kuti, I am the guy who come from the same place that you come from. So I am the guy with the stories that you can relate to, If you listen to my album and you can't relate to, all the stories and the situations in that album, it basically means Kuti, you never grow like Aunokurira Zimbabwe, So that's the whole point of the title Homeboy. It's like I'm that guy who come from I'm that stories you can relate, because we come from the same place. So this album was specifically dedicated for typical Zimbos, Nderema Zimbo, because it talks about the life experience of a Zimbabwean. Yeah.
Interesting. You've got a collaboration there with Bashupi. It's one of my favorite songs. And why Babashupi? It's quite an interesting choice of an artist to collaborate.
Bashupi is my friend. So basically, ndingangoti munhu wese ane feature pa album
is your friend.
Is my friend. For me, it basically starts with a relationship before we move on into making music together. Because I would need to understand you as a person, Kuti. What do you represent? If we get in the booth together to make some music, what message are we carrying? We're supposed to be on the same level, you know, of understanding, even like mind-wise, could, you know, our goal, is it the same? Or to run on it as a so that's when Singade artificial collabos, because I know zvinhu zvacho like with the direction yandenge ndichida inini in a way yekuti tinenge tine motives akasiyana and directions edu anenge akasiyana. So Bashupi is my friend, you know, so as my friend, and we are both musicians, it got to a point where we were like, but wangu atisatane kana song teseke, let's do a collab, let's, you know, make and create something, because Muno and, you know, famba na into a lot of places, you know, doing shows together, stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Besides that, now you bring in different diverse sounds. You still, you know, stick to hip hop. You still bring out like a lot of hip hop, and I see you did a collab with Jeezy Pull Up. So, do you still regard yourself as a hip hop artist, or something that you'd say, okay, look, I'm coming from hip hop, but I can do hip hop, but I'm not necessarily, you know, hip hop head?
Right. Hip hop is a culture, you know, and even ukazosangana some other time personally, if you check like my outlook, you know, yes. I represent the hip hop culture.
You live the culture.
I live the culture. You get the sense. Even still, no, I'm strictly hip hop. That's me. So even if even if you listen to my songs, I'm still a rapper. I'm rapping on this beats, regardless of them being Afro or anything. I'm still rapping. So yeah, I'm representing the hip hop culture to the fullest, but you're only doing it in a diverse way, you know.
Wow. Great. Moving to producers, I see you worked with quite a diverse number of producers that make different sounds. You've got Kweza there, you've got Fatso, you've got Nyasha TV, ACBN, and you've got OJ, you know. But interestingly, you also bring in an artist who's a producer, Aishan.
Aishan, yeah. Shout out to Aishan.
Great.
Yeah.
How did you pick these producers to be part of your album?
Basically, it has to do with you know, like I said, it's the same thing with the artist. We have to be in a same level of understanding. You could inini, like I would want you to produce something that I want inini chanduda kuti I can express, you know, my message on it. You know, pane challenge and I want to face with, you know, some of the producers. You get to into a session with a certain producer entity, then the producer wants to give you his certain type of a sound. Yeah, not iwewe, I think you sound good on this sound, but iwewe, it's not the type of a sound that you want to. You get the sense. Zvinhu zvaari kufungawo with his mind kuti if I put HUBY on this beat, he might sound okay, but iwewe you got your own feel under it. So specifically, these guys, they were the people who actually, you know, got to listen. Could okay, HUBY, you said you want to create something. What do you want us to create? You know, so we start creating together from scratch. You know, creating, you know, the certain type of a sound that we want to create, that I am comfortable and I want, you know, to express myself on.
Nice. Are we expecting videos?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. There are a lot of you know, songs on that album which are going to have visuals. Already there are 2 songs with visuals on that album. Pana Shekeda, it has a visual. Yeah, and then Chimandara, the one I did with Terry Africa.
Yes.
Yeah, Parangodona album, it was the song that dropped with the video. Yeah, and a lot, and we are going to work on a lot of visuals, you know, on the songs on that album.
And airplay, are you getting airplay on radio?
No, yeah, on radio there's politics, my guy. You get the point. But
let's talk about that politics. I mean, because you're not an upcoming artist, you're now an established artist. Do you still get affected by this politics?
I'm not saying good now. I'm in the control of the situation. They are politics, you know. in this industry, and you get some other people, maybe believe, or you get the point. So
Yes.
you ended up, getting played in the one believe, or like that, So I'm saying, there are DJs who are showing me love, playing my stuff on air.
Yeah.
They know trying to figure out, where is this thing going? But
well, what's their response? Because I mean, like when you see your music getting nominated on such national platforms, it's an indication. It's already good confirmation that you are indeed, one of the finest artists that we have. But what's their excuse if they're not playing this kind of music?
I don't think I can answer that, my guy, because it's something which is so difficult why you play music, unless we get into that comfortable conversation with each other. Because like these DJs I'm talking about, titaure on a personal level. Saka it's kind of hard for you to that type of a question, why you play music.
Great.
You get the point.
Yeah. Apart from radio, you have got your music on all the online platforms, which is quite impressive, because I see a lot of artists struggling to get their music on Spotify, on iTunes, on Deezer, on YouTube. A lot of them just thinking of YouTube. How has that been possible for you to get your music on all these platforms, and managing to stream and get people to download your music online?
Like before, like the reason why ndaibuditsa some singles with the videos, ndanga ndisati ndawana strategy yekuti how can I get my music on such platforms. So recently, I think in 2019, I got a marketing and distribution deal, with this media company known as Jacaranda Media Group. So we get a marketing and distribution deal. So they are the ones who are distributing my music, on all those international platforms. Yeah. So that's when I say, I think now is the right time, to create an album, because music yangu yakuchinyatosvika kwandaishuirawo kuti is supposed to reach her. Yeah.
Great.
I don't know if I answer your question.
No, you did. That's what I wanted, because I know a lot of artists struggle with that. In the times when we're speaking from our end, it always comes out difficult. But when it's coming from a fellow artist, and then it becomes clear because you are actually speaking from experience. Yeah. So, wow. It's been great speaking to you, Hubert Chitambara, HUBY BLAKES. You corrected me, so HUBY BLAKES. But if people called you HUBY,
hello. I'm now used to that, because a lot of people, they call me HUBY, so I'm now used. That's why I was number 2,
and the chicks.
And then some they're even lazy to call me with that name. Batikondo.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I'm used to, but the only difficult part is it actually feels funny when it's coming from a guy. Askana
baby. I can imagine. But when it's coming from the girls, and I assume
coming from the girls, HUBY BLAKES. I'm like, yeah, what's up?
you feel like you're the big daddy.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been great. Man, I really enjoyed this conversation. It's, I think, one of the best interviews that I've had. It was really an engaging conversation. But before you go, I mean, it would be sad if you don't give us a snippet. Our listeners really enjoy that part when the artist gives like a very short sample of.
Before we go there, Plot.
Yes.
There's something that I want people to know about the motive behind this album.
Yes.
Because it's not just an album. If you listen to each and every song on that album, these are real stories. Real struggles and real situations. What actually encouraged me and gave me the motive to start creating that type of touching story type of an album is that this other time when I was in the hood, and asane mwe mudhara wangu is like retired unongoziva vai vanenge vangodya mapensheni vakagara mare, you know, like he was like komfana zviri sei handei mudhara zviri sei, and he was like, you know, could we listen to your music very much, but are you aware, or are you even taking note of what's happening in our own community? You know, there's a lot of, you know, zvinhu zviri kuitika munomu zvekuti, you know, tenge chitoexpectawo kuti since iwewo wakuridzwawo paredhiyo wakubudawo pamatv, you must, you know, tell, you know, people about what's really happening in our community. You know, people, they need to know about this stuff, you know. And the conversation yakandibata bata no. So, you know, people are really actually looking up to me, you know, I now have like a big voice where I can, you know, speak something and make people listen to, and even, you know, take actions, you know, from, you know, some music that I'm putting out. Because if you check like my previous music, I was a party guy, my guy. Yeah, it was all about partying, you know, and having fun. But if you check on this album, I switched up. It was all about reality, you know, what's really happening in the communities that I grew up in, you know. So I just want people to know, Kuti, you know what, this is real. It's not artificial. This is actually happening out there. And if you really listen, they should really listen carefully, you know, on the lyrics on this album, because it's not all about the vibe. It's about the lyrics, you know. I'm actually saying something on that album.
Wow, that's quite deep, because a lot of the times we're caught up like in the hype, but right now, because we are on lockdown, a whole lot of things are going, people are struggling, the economy is bad, and you capture all of that like in your music, and you also inspire people. When I listened to it, I was like, wow, this is quite loaded. From one song to the other, the message is quite well thought, and well done on the new album.
Thanks, my guy. So you said you want a snippet of something.
Just 30 seconds, and then you bounce. Maybe something from a new album.
Yeah. Okay. It goes like this. Mudura, mudura, mudura. Mudura mako muneiko. Mudura, mudura, mudura. Mudura mako muneiko. Rega kutendera makonzo mudura. Oh. Rega kutendera zvipfukuto mudura. Ngatimbotaura zvenaka. Let's talk about legacy, my assets, my shares, yes, the currency. Kwete zvekusira vana zvikwereti, the big certificate repoverty. Now chimbondudza kuti unofila say. Look, heaven ko unofila say. Vana vachichema mudzimu ndiringe. I think anofanozenda album. Ndikazonyanywa vapa vazoteka album.
Cool. Buy the album. What are your handles? What's your YouTube, your Instagram, your Spotify? How do people get in touch or get to listen to your
album? People, they can get in touch with me on my, you know, Instagram account. It's HUBY BLAKES, HUBY BLAKES. On Facebook, it's HUBY BLAKES again, HUBY BLAKES. You know, on YouTube, it's HUBY BLAKES again. Please, guys, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know, a lot of stuff is happening there. I'm dropping a lot of visuals. Please go and subscribe. You know, it's just HUBY BLAKES everywhere on Spotify, you know, iTunes. You just type HUBY BLAKES, HUBY BLAKES, and they'll know for Tongona. This is all the one about myself. Yeah.
Great. Wow. Thank you so much to everybody who's been watching, and thank you so much to HUBY BLAKES for the awesome time that is in with us to speak to us just a few days, 5 days after his album dropped. And it's a beautiful Friday, and we're excited that we got the chance to speak to the artist. And check out his video. It's a new video that he dropped there, which features Terry Africa, called Chimandara. And he promises us that there's going to be a lot more that's dropping from the same project. A couple of visuals, and we're definitely looking forward to that. And until next time, HUBY BLAKES, thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having me, my guy.
Great. Thank you. Until next time, New Voices Amplified. My name is Plot Mark, and I'm out.